Hi.
Hello. Oh, good.
Hi. I'm a friend of Megan Phillips.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, and she said she has to work for a little bit, but she'll pop in later.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
yeah.
I'm hoping we'll get like full offices of people in here soon.
That'd be
Just like,
great.
okay, we need a break from this nonsense. Let's all sing for a little bit.
That's great.
Oh, oh, yay. I'm seeing so many. Hi. How you doing? Oh, you're muted, Linda. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, hi, Merlin.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You too.
So many familiar faces.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've invited my sister in Colorado. I hope she'll jump on.
Yeah, global family. Yes, awesome. Very cool. I learned this morning that the email I sent, perhaps to some of you, hopefully not, didn't work at all. So this is my adventure in classical music, trying to figure out how to run an online business. Hey!
On my computer. Apparently my phone's a little different.
Yeah, you know, we're all on a learning curve here.
I'm excited to be on mute because it means that I'll be able to wash my dishes and sing at the same time.
Hey, yes, that's what's up. That's great. All right, I am going to go ahead and mute everyone so that we don't have noise chaos. But you are able to unmute yourself if you have something that you'd like to share. Hello, hello, some new faces. Very exciting. Whew. Hello, hello, welcome. This is sweet, and I've gotten to meet virtually some of you a couple times, and I'm like, new friends! Whee! I don't even know where you live, but this is awesome! This is really cool. Thank you for being here. Oh, can't hear you, Megan. Is there something you want to say?
I was just saying hi to my friend Louise, who's also
Oh, yay! So if you're new to Zoom, chat bar is here. And you can chat everyone or you can chat people individually. You are allowed to pass notes during class. This is a self-directed space. Hello, hello, welcome. So as we are all arriving, I'm going to invite everyone to just go ahead and close your eyes. Notice whatever part of your body is touching the earth, whether that's the bottom of your pelvis, the sits bones, or your feet. Allow yourself to connect with the sensation that you're receiving in that part of your body, the part of your body that touches the earth. Perhaps wiggling your toes, noticing the feeling of the floor against your feet. Perhaps rocking back and forth or doing a little circle if you're sitting. And just noticing the change in balance. You'll hear me say this a bunch, but I like to think of balance as an active movement that gives the illusion of stillness. So in balancing in the body, we are not stagnant. It's not a position of being stuck, but rather one of being always a little bit in motion, even if it's just micro muscles that are helping us balance and stay upright. And for those of you who were with me on Friday, I asked us all to consider 2 questions. Number 1, how am I receiving care in this moment and in this lifetime? How do I embody gratitude for the care that I receive? And I'd like to invite us all into just a moment to really deeply consider that question. If it's comfortable for you, you can put one hand on your sternum and one hand on your belly. Allowing your listening hands to just gently give loving kindness to your own body. How am I grateful? How grateful am I? Where is my gratitude in my body for the care that I am receiving? What are the ways that I am receiving care? Is it through the clean water that comes out of my tap? Is it through delightful phone calls with those who I deeply love? Is it through my own breath, my body that allows me and reminds me to breathe? My body, such a deep source of wisdom, tells me when I'm hungry, tells me when I'm cranky, tells me when I need to slow down. Thank you, body. Thank you, clean air. Thank you, fresh water. Thank you, community. Thank you, family, chosen family. Thank you, doctors and healthcare workers. Thank you for the care that I receive. I allow myself to receive care. Again, connecting with the part of your body that touches the earth, whether that's your feet or your sits bones, the bottom of your pelvis. Allowing yourself to receive the pressure of the planet beneath you. Resting in the knowledge that you don't have to hold yourself up against gravity. We are perfectly designed to work in coordination with gravity. And pressing into the earth, go ahead and come to standing. Bring your arms up over your head. Take a breath in. And breathe out, stretch to one side. Feel your feet against the floor. And breathe in and up and out the other side. And in and up, lengthening as you exhale. First side one more time. And here, in moving the body, it's not a matter of quantity, how much I move, but the quality with which I move. Can I move with a deep respect and tenderness for where my body is in the present moment? Can I release product and what the shape looks like? Can I allow myself to embody, process, sensation? What feels good? Where feels good? How much feels good? Allow yourself to open your arms wide. Allowing yourself to take up space. Imagine your fingers shooting rainbows at the side walls. That one's for you, Candy. Really allowing your body to open wide. Thank you, body. And come over into what we call ragdoll. So you're just gonna fold from the hip joint. So in other words, where the leg connects to the pelvis. Many of us, I'm just gonna give a quick, many of us have a false, go ahead and look at the screen real quick, because I wanna make sure that you're doing this in a way that's not gonna hurt you. So many of us have a false idea of where the waist is based on the fashion industry. So the fashion industry will tell us that the waist is in the middle of your spine here. The true waist is actually the joint where your leg bone connects to your pelvis, which is down here. So if you were to lift your leg in the air in front of you, that's what I mean by waist. That's your hip joint, the place where the leg connects to the pelvis. So in folding forward, I'm actually softening the hips and allowing the spine to remain long. So I'm not doing this kind of fold. I'm instead allowing my hips to soften, and I fold like 90 degrees like this, and then just kind of release over. And if you're not clear on how to do that, just trust your body and follow your body's wisdom. But I'll demonstrate from here. So I'm just kind of softening my hips, allowing my head to tip forward, and just kind of gently hanging. So this is different than, a forward fold or a hamstring stretch. Here, the goal is not to pull down towards the earth, but simply just ask your body to be in a state of non-doing. So gently releasing the muscles of the neck, softening the shoulders, and tuning in with your breath. And balance is a state of movement, so you're welcome. Just gently rock, maybe wiggle in a way that feels good. Muscles that are held in a locked position can only hold out for about 20 seconds against gravity. So you don't need to do anything in this position other than just breathe and allow your body to slowly release into gravity. And bring your attention all the way to your feet. Allow your feet to soften out into the floor. And gently press the earth away, come back up to standing. If that's a new movement for you or an unaccustomed movement, it may feel like a lot physically. So just, stop when feels good, start up when feels good. It's a really nice daily practice if you're working from home, doing this practice where you're just kind of turning the upper half of your body upside down. Can be a nice little perspective change, gets you out of your chair. So we are going to sing a song that we learned last week. It's a repetitive one, so you'll pick it up as we go along. But go ahead, wherever you are, find the beat in your feet. As I walk, I am grateful for the land that I walk on as I walk. As As I walk, I am grateful for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my belly that is moving, for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my ribs that are breathing, for my belly that is moving, for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my voice that is singing, for my ribs that are breathing, for my belly that is moving, for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, eyes. As I walk, I am grateful for my eyes that see beauty, for my voice that is singing, for my ribs that are breathing, for my belly that is moving, for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk, as I walk, I am grateful for my spirit that is guiding, for my eyes that see beauty, for my voice that is singing, for my ribs that are breathing, for my belly that is moving, for my hips that are swaying, for my legs that are dancing, for my feet that are walking on the land that I walk on. As I walk. Whee! Whee! Everyone out on a whee! Whee! Dance party! Whoa! Shake it out. Good stuff. Holy cow, we've got 2 screens of people today. You guys rock. Way to show up. Way to show up. Yes, this is where it starts. Yes, practice, practice, practice. So good. Thank you for being here. Song always is humbling because I'm like, oh shoot, I need to get in shape. I don't know how Broadway singers do it. 8 shows a week and they're like running all over the stage. So much respect. Us classical singers are like, I'm just gonna park and bark. I don't know. Like, you want what? Let's take a moment to just connect. Go ahead, if you're comfortable turning on your camera, you can do that now. And if you haven't used Zoom with me before, in the top right-hand corner, There's a little button and it either says speaker view, and if you're in speaker view, you'll probably see my face really big and you'll see other faces little at the top. Go ahead and switch into gallery view. So click the little like Rubik's Cube button. And if you click into gallery view, you'll be able to see all the faces on the screen. And just take a moment to really see and allow yourself to be seen. Yeah. Welcome. That every one of these faces on this screen comes to the present moment with its own story, choices that were made to prioritize this time, prioritize your voice, prioritize your mental wellness, your self-care. Some of you I already know are reaching out to others to bring them in and welcome them. Thank you. So just take a moment and really acknowledge how many other people are here with you in the present moment. And for everyone who's going to watch this on replay, we see you too. You're still here. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the breath as it relates to singing today. Okay, so everyone go ahead and take your hand in front of your face. And I want you to imagine you have like dust on your palm that you're going to blow off. Get off my hand. Okay, go ahead and blow that off. Okay, so you may notice a reaction in your body to that idea of blowing dust off your palm. Okay, go ahead and do it again and see if you notice what's going on in your body. Notice what you notice. Now, in contrast, you should experiment with blow or breathe air onto the back of your hand as though you were going to try and fog up glass, or you had to clean your glasses. And what kind of air would you use? Fog up a mirror and write a heart in it. And notice the response in your body. You might be experiencing a yawn. Bonus points for yawns in singing class. Soft ballads going up. Okay, now switch back and forth and see what you notice between air that I would use to get dust off the palm of my hand and air that I would use to fog up glass. What do we have? Go ahead and if you have something that you've noticed about your own body or what you're kind of noticing about your breath, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll take maybe 2 or 3 shares. What do you feel?
Hi. So when I blow like that, I notice my belly going in to let the air out, and a quicker kind of, like a quicker reflex And then when I'm doing the ha, it's more of a slow bringing my belly in.
Mm,
I'm
yeah,
definitely feeling it in my lower belly.
well seen. Well noticed. Yeah, good. Thank you, Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, did I see Jora? Did you have something? Go ahead.
Um, Similar in that when I did the blowing the stuff off my hand, I immediately feel my belly tighten. I feel a very, like I'm gearing up to make a strong effort and I'm pushing out the breath with a lot of force.
Mhm.
Whereas when I do the fogging, I actually feel a little more in my chest and the whole thing is very soft. Like
Mm,
I'm just coming up to give it a little whisper of my breath.
yeah, well seen. Cool. Great information for you. Fabulous. Thank you. Maybe take one more. Linda? Yeah.
I've noticed everything that everybody has said, but in addition, I'm feeling like it's a lot more work to do that and that it's not as sustainable. Whereas the other one I can sustain for a longer period of time and I could recover more quickly.
Ooh, yeah, me too. I like that idea of sustainability. Well seen. Very cool. Okay, last question. What is the temperature of the air? So blowing dust off the palm of my hand versus fogging up glass. What do you notice? Yeah, Merlin?
Blowing is much cooler and the fogging is much warmer.
Yeah, hot air, cold air. What, body? You're so cool. Okay, awesome. So we've got these two different types of breath, and obviously there's like infinite ways to breathe. But in this idea for breathing for singing, you have both of these forms of breath. They're both useful. Sometimes you need to get dust off your hands. Sometimes you need to fog up your glasses. It's not that one is better or worse than the other. They're just simply different, and they have different effects on the body. So in today, we're going to explore a little bit of this like idea of hot air, okay? So we're going to be making sound and allowing the air that we use to be hot. So we're going to refine that practice a little bit. So go ahead and find your hot air against the palm of your hand. And as you are exhaling air, can you allow it to be silent? Meaning that you're taking any constriction out of the back of your throat. Constriction in the back of the throat creates turbulence in the airflow, which we then hear. So it'll sound like this. You guys hear that? A breath that's really commonly used in yoga. What we're doing instead is actually a silent exhalation of hot air. Yeah. And even just thinking like misty, warm air can kind of like help your body remember that you can make that happen. Okay. Oh, I'm going to mute you, Merlin. Okay. Now we're just going to add a little bit of sound with that hot air. So starting with hot air, and then I'm going to introduce just a long tone. Okay, try that again. With the idea being, can you keep the air warm the entire time that you're making sound? Or do I start to sing, making sound, and all of a sudden the airstream turns cold? Body freezes up, all of a sudden I'm efforting a bunch trying to blow dust off the palm of my hand. When singing is the most meditative and natural, fundamental thing that we do as human beings. It is something that your body is capable of. You were born knowing how to sing. And so frankly, a lot of the work of learning to sing is learning how to get out of your own way and not do too much. Okay, so this idea of just foggy breath, we're now just gonna kind of play with that. And now go ahead and play with, if I were to go up or down gently in terms of pitch, but keeping the air foggy. Ah. Ah. Yeah, free play. So the trick about singing is that a lot of singing is heightening your awareness to your own body so that you can become your greatest teacher. We live in a culture that pretends that we're like these little walking boxes from like here up. And we're just like, if I can just think all the way through everything, then I will have everything that I need. And the truth is that we're multi-intelligence beings. We have kinesthetic intelligence. We have emotional intelligence. We have social intelligence. We all know people who are incredibly emotionally intelligent, and they're the ones that we want to call in a time like right now, right? Understanding, compassionate. We also have kinesthetic intelligence. And so learning to kind of trust and tune into what your body's giving you, what feedback is giving you, is a big part of the work of learning to sing. Okay? So we're gonna go into a couple warm-ups. I don't know if you guys heard that. I just like tripped over my cable and laughed. That was funny. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go into just a couple warm-ups. And I want you to just play with this idea of hot air. Can I sing with the idea of like hot, foggy air without adding a lot of effort into my sound and trying hard? Okay. I'm gonna put the lyrics in the sidebar just in case. This is a sweet little ditty. I like to sing this one to my dog. You're welcome to choose whoever you want to sing to right now. You can also sing to my dog. His name is Marco. He would love it. He gets this a lot. Okay. Can you all hear that if I give you a chord? Okay. So this is, go ahead and just listen and we'll sing it a couple times, then we'll kind of take it on a ride. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. So as we sing, we're just exhaling. And it's so natural to the human body to sing. This is not some huge far off thing that you don't know how to do, or you might have the belief that you don't know how to do it, and that can guide a lot of habits, but you actually know how to sing. I promise. Your body knows how to sing. Even if you don't know how to sing, your body knows how to sing. So just giving it that kind of gentle guidance of, I'm exhaling, I'm releasing hot air as I sing, can be a beautiful illuminating tool for just kind of like, what's happening in my body, right? Perhaps I'm really good at releasing the air at the beginning of the phrase, but then halfway through, I'm like, oh my God, I need to breathe. I don't have any air left, right? Or perhaps I have a hard time kind of getting started, but then once I'm halfway through the phrase, things kind of start working. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm on a good track. So whatever your habit is, this is a chance as you're practicing to become aware of what's happening right now in your body and in your voice, okay? So as we continue this exercise, I'm gonna do it just a couple more times. Use that idea of hot air. You're welcome to use your hand, just like this. And if I were to sing these words and imagine that I could like fog up glass, truly what kind of energy do I need in my body to sustain that tone? I'm not singing in an opera hall. I'm not singing in a rock concert hall right now. I'm singing for myself and for my own body and voice, okay? So you have this. I can't do all of the things. I need a couple more arms. But we're gonna take this and kind of walk it around a little bit more, okay? And you have that idea. You're welcome. You have permission to move and make any sound that you need to make. If I need to say that, just like all sounds are welcome. Ugly sounds, loud sounds, sad sounds, happy sounds, all the sounds. All right there. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. Mess up the chords. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. It's now very apparent that I am a soprano, and I'm sure that some of you are not. So we're going to keep going, and I'm going to drop out, but you can keep going. Drop out when it gets uncomfortable. All I ask of you is forever to remember me loving you. Is the one that I wanted. Nice work. Beautiful. All right. What did you notice in doing that exercise? What came to your awareness about your body, your voice, where you're at? Anybody want to share?
Sure. I noticed I didn't take a deep enough breath when I began, so I started petering out there as I got to the remember me. It seemed like I needed 2 breaths to complete this line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that where do you breathe in after the remember me? Is that?
I would do whatever your body tells you to do. Yeah. So you followed your instinct perfectly. Yeah. A lot of it depends on the day. Like sometimes it's like, how much water did I drink and how much sleep did I had? And is there a national pandemic crisis going on right now? So I'm a little stressed out. I might need 2 breaths.
Got it.
My chest voice disappears when I'm stressed. So I'm like, oh, I don't have a chest voice today. Okay, great. Good to know, body. Thanks. Thank you, Betsy. Yeah. What else did we notice? Yeah, Lauren? Go for it.
I assumed I couldn't do those low notes, but I surprisingly could. I think because of the style of breathing or releasing or something.
Awesome. That's such an exciting discovery. Yay! New things, discovering new things from solitude. Fabulous. Way to like dive in and really give it a go, even if you weren't sure that you could. Well done. Thank you. And Karen, it sounds like you had a similar experience, yeah? You had more notes than you thought you did. Awesome. That happens all the time in the voice. I'm really excited to kind of continue. It's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Wow, cool. Beautiful. All right. So,
Hello.
yeah, is there another share?
I noticed that Karen hadn't unmuted her her thing.
Oh, Karen, did you want to share?
Can't figure out, I can't.
Go ahead, go for it. We can hear you now.
You can, okay. Yeah, I knew it was getting lower than I wanted to go, and my voice actually gets tired singing low, so I went an octave up.
There you go. Doing what works. That's awesome. Great for you. All right. So we have options now. I want to kind of throw it out to the group and see what's needed. We can, if you're like me, there's been a lot of processing this week of what's happening. Some of that has been some anger for me, it's the injustice of the system that a lot of people are really, really struggling right now, and makes me angry. So we have options for anger songs. There's also a lot of grief right now, a lot going on. We also have an option for a sadness song. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now. So we have an option for like a settling song of where am I and who am I and what do I have? If you vote for anger, raise your hand. All right, we got some anger. Yep, okay. Sadness, raise your hand. Okay, yeah, definitely some sadness present. Yep, sadness is welcome here. Settling, who am I? Okay, we might need all three. Let's do it. I'm gonna teach you my anger song because I don't think I've taught that one here yet. So, go ahead and stand up. And this song comes with a little bit of body percussion. If you're like falling over and it's really distracting to you, don't worry about it. There are no rules ever. So just like move your body in a way that feels good for you. But we're gonna learn it together, okay? So it's stomp, swish, swish, stomp, swish, snap. Okay, and the whole thing sounds like this, and then we're gonna practice it a few times together. Stomp, swish, swish, stomp, swish, snap. 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 Okay, so that's the body percussion that I'm going to use. You're welcome to join me for as much of that as works for you today. The thing with learning things in the body is that one of the best things you can do for learning something in the body is sleep. And so if you practice this movement today and then you sleep, it will be even easier tomorrow. So don't beat yourself up if it isn't coming to you really naturally and instantly right now. I've been doing this for a while, so it's really natural to my body now. Just throwing that out there, okay? The words to this song are let it rise, let it boil. Wait. Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. It moves in me like flame. Burn through this web of shame, this fire, anger. Ready? Let it rise. Okay. Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. Sing that again. Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. One more time. Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. Next part we're gonna do as a repeat after me. You're like, just use your hands kind of like you're like, I don't know, like you're in a way that feels good. I like to like do this. It moves in me like flame. It moves in me like flame. It moves in me like flame. Burn through this web of shame. Burn through this web of shame. That one. Burn through this web of shame. My turn. This fire. Your turn. This fire. My turn. Anger. Anger. It's that second part all together. Ready? It moves in me like flame. Burn through this web of shame. This fire. Anger. And that's the whole song, okay? So there's those two parts. And this is, I said this in a previous class, but this is a medicine song. So you have permission to sound ugly, to sound harsh, to get that shit out, like exercise that anger, exorcise that anger. Like you do not need to sound beautiful and pretty and get it all right here. This is like some like moving some deep shit right now, okay? So you have permission to make mistakes. You have permission to sound however you sound in the moment, and all is welcome here, okay? We're gonna sing through it like 3 or 4 times, just repeating. Feel free to just like listen and absorb, receive. Those of you who read my little writing on receivership, feel free to just receive the medicine song and then allow it to come out of you when it's ready, okay? Let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn, let it rise, let it burn. let it churn. It moves in me like flame. Burn through this web of shame. This fire, anger, let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn, let it rise, oh, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. It moves in me like flame. Burn through this web of shame. This fire, anger, let it rise, let it burn, let it boil, oh, let it churn. Let it rise, oh, let it burn, let it boil, let it churn. Yeah. I think we are a majority women in this space, although I don't know all of your pronouns. So we are all genders in this space, I'm sure. I think I'd like to sing a song of solace in closing, and we'll sing some grief songs tomorrow. Feel free to join us tomorrow. Go ahead and see if I can do this quickly. Put the lyrics in the bar over there. Okay, we're almost there. Thank you for your patience. Okie dokie. There's everyone. lyrics. Should that work? Hey, there we go. Okay, it worked. This is a song. Those of you who know me know that I do a lot of work with wilderness rites of passage, mentoring teens and adults in going out into the land and actually embodying solitude in nature. So a rite of passage, for those of you who don't know, is an experience to be alone in the wilderness by yourself, fasting, no food, only water for 3 days. Is that right? 3 days, Candy? Yeah. And so there's an organization called Cascadia Quest here in Eugene that does guided isolation for deepening the soul's calling of what it means to be alive on this planet. Professionally, that's what we do. So it's kind of funny being in this experience where we're all experiencing isolation, and I've really been drawing on the wisdom of Cascadia Quest and framing this for myself as solitude, and really what is the difference between solitude and isolation, just kind of meditating on that. So this is a song that came to me when I was out in Eastern Oregon this summer, sending the young women off on their rite of passage. These are girls who are like between 14 and 18, and they're going to spend 3 days in the wilderness alone. No, 2 days in the wilderness. Candy says 2 days. I have not done a rite of passage with Cascadia Quest, but Candy has.
The young women go out for 2 and the adults go for 3.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna learn this one, call and response. There is wisdom in every phase of the moon. There is wisdom in every phase of the moon. There is sorrow in every swell of the sea. There is sorrow in every swell of the sea. Woman like water is joyous. Woman like water is joyous. Woman like water is gentle. Woman like water is gentle. Woman like water carves canyons. Woman like water carves canyons. She is tender, she is power, set her free. She is tender, she is power, set her free. Now together from the top. There is wisdom in every phase of the moon. There is sorrow in every swell of the sea. Woman like water is joyous. Woman like water is gentle. Woman like water carves Rose Canyon. She is tender, she is power, set her free. Repeat that. She is tender, she is power, set her free. She is tender, she is power, set her free. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you all. Yeah, it's a good one. It hits real deep. Yay. Yeah. Thank you all for being here with me. I will. Thank you. I will try my best to upload these. I'm trying to like also manage my own life and business. So whether or not I get these uploaded like in a timely fashion is TBD. But my intention is to upload them so you have them as a resource and you can share them with friends. And I hope to see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Tell your friends, invite people in. This is a space for everyone. One of my teachers, I work with a woman named Oni Marchbanks, who's an anti-racist educator. And she was saying that especially now is the time to reach a little further than we normally would reach. To reach across class lines and race lines and gender lines and identity lines. So, yeah, in honor of Oni. Let's welcome into this space. Thank you all so much. Have a great morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma.
Bye.